here. We finally get our intro. Marhaban, everybody. Welcome, Tristan.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, finally we're here and we are back and we are going to start off strong. But before we start off strong, I want to say hi to everyone in the comments first and give just some shout outs. So the first one is Mitzi. Hi, Mitzi. Thank you for being here.
Thank you indeed.
Duval. Thank you, buddy. Um, yeah, thank you so much. Okay, before we start, we want to share and express our deepest condolences to Aron Kike Barbosa, our deepest friend. Um, he's going through it with the loss of his son and wife, so we want to embrace our love for him and have Carlos and Diana in our hearts and our prayers. So please, if you can, shoot him a message, show him your love and everything that comes with it so he can have that comfort. So, on behalf of everyone here at Web Wonders, Chris and I, and Tristan, we love you very much, Bosa. So, stay strong, brother.
Definitely, man. Thoughts and prayers.
Yes. All right. Hey, Jason.
Jason, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Oh, yep. We got him. Bro in the house.
Good old Kyle. Jason, how are Renus and Pinkle? I miss those two sometimes. His frogs.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. So, Tristan, for those who do not know, because this is an arachnid channel, we will get into that. But those who don't know you, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Tristan. Last name's Fate. Most people can't pronounce it when they see the spelling. I've heard feet. I've heard fidget. I've heard everything. So yeah, most of the time people just say Tristan, and I don't know his last name, so I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. Now I just do it for everybody. Um, one of the things that I do is the show called The Hobby English. Excuse me. All right, now I'm good. I do a show called The Hobby Hanger. Um, the main real focus of our show is exploring different hobbies and just bringing different people together. I've had a lot of reptile people on the show because I'm a reptile nerd and I got to show my people some love, you know. And one of the other things we do on the show is we like to explore, the mental health aspect of the hobbies that we do. Because for a lot of us out there, especially those of us in the reptile hobby, I know I can speak for us. It's not just a hobby; it's a lifestyle. It's something that saves a lot of us, myself included. It's one of the reasons we started that show. Carrot, my co-host, he's usually the one that handles the mental health aspect of the show. He'll ask questions like, what has this hobby done for you? How's it helped you? How has it grounded you? Or he'll ask things like, what about the hobby has saved you? Like for someone in my case, the hobby saved me. So that's a lot of the things we do in the hobby hanger. We've had some really cool guests on the show, falconers, cigar enthusiasts, and as I've said, lots of reptile people. So it's definitely worth a check out. We have a lot of fun on the show.
Definitely. And I'm going to put that on the screen so everyone can go check it out. Right there, the hobby hanger. It worked. Yes.
Hey, there we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. It's very interesting, and if anyone is interested in having a good time watching it while being entertained and educated and just to feel good about your mental being and mental state, that is the show for you. Oops. Ah, hold on. Okay. We're good. We're good.
We're actually we're looking for like artist submissions because that's an AI generated picture. So if you saw like even the guns on the wall, they didn't look right. Some of the reptile tanks didn't look right. It's
Okay.
AI. But we'd love to get people like artists. I'd love to have an artist on the show too. We haven't had a painter or anybody like that on the show. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah, we definitely want to get like real artwork, not just some AI generated stuff on there.
Yeah. I mean, although it that they do, I've seen some cool stuff, but you always want that touch of personality by someone who can feel that grasp. That's awesome. Um, so when you're you thinking about doing like more expansion to that show?
Well, I'm to be honest, well, it kind of started when we had our guest Jin Black on the show. That's when my buddy Carrot and I, we looked at each other and we were like, dude, um, this was a game changer. Like
Hey, Sean.
this really meant something to someone. Like she trusted us enough to come onto the show and tell us her story. Now, those of you that don't know Jen, and haven't heard that episode on the podcast, she's a 9/11 survivor. When we approached her to come on the show, originally I wanted to talk to her about her magazine called Soar. You can find it on Facebook. It's an online reptile magazine, and she had an issue that related to mental health and reptile keeping. I approached her about that, wanted to talk to her about that on the show, and you know she agreed to come on. We started talking, and she started to share why her reptile keeping, she keeps two Asian water monitors, like why her reptile keeping has kind of saved her and how it's helped her mental health.
Yeah.
And that's because she survived 9/11. She was in Tower 2. We had no idea she was in it. Like I said, we had no idea. We were completely shocked when she started to share that story with us.
Yeah.
It just hit us after that episode. Carrot and I, we looked at each other and we were like,
Mm.
dude, if someone was willing to come on the show and share a story like that, that means like that means we can go somewhere with this. People trust us enough to come on and share why their hobby really means something to them. I think that can help some people out there. Like it helped me. Just the other day, like I was feeling kind of low. I started to scroll through some of our past episodes just so I could listen to some of the past episodes Karen and I have done, see what we could do better. And I saw Jen's episode there, so I started to listen to it. I remembered why I was silent the first like 20 minutes of that recording for the most part, because I was muted because I was crying listening to her tell us the story. I, and it got me out of my funk. It like
Mm.
just re-listening to that episode and listening to how she got out of her funk, it helped me get out of mine, and it reminded me again, like, hey, what, this is why we need to start growing this podcast. We need to make this something that you know
That
people
touch.
can potentially get help.
Hmm. Wow, that's amazing. And that's why we do these podcasts. And I know you can understand where I'm going with this, but there's always going to be someone in the audience that the guest or the host will say something, and the person in the audience or that's watching, they're going to be like, yes, finally they said something, or yes, that's, I agree to that, or it would touch their heart, because these podcasts
Yeah.
they're not just educational, they're real things about real people that go through real things, and we're here to express that and help people come on the show and let them vent, let them do what they want and have fun while doing it. So thank you for that show.
I really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It means a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. um you have, do you have anybody, I haven't seen all of them, but have you have anybody in our group on the show?
um Not yet, but there are people on the schedule for sure. There are
Mm,
people on the schedule to come onto the show.
nice.
um I want to have Kyle come on and do a community building episode.
Yeah, yeah, he's good at that.
I think exactly. Well, I mean, just look at the group we're in. You know, just shout out to all of you guys, by the way,
Shout
because
out to Kyle.
yeah, that group, you guys have helped me through some stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Like there are times where I'm just having a shitty day at work. Oh, sorry, a rough day at work, and I go on my phone and I'm like, hey, what's going on in the chat? And they'll just be a really cool animal posted, or someone will say something funny, and I'm like, oh, all right, that just made my day a little bit better.
Mhm.
It really helps out, even the small stuff. It
Yes.
always helps out.
Hmm. And I'll say 99% of the time, our conversations is ridiculous but funny, and it puts us in
Yeah,
a feel good moment. So shout out to everyone in the group chats. We love you. Yes, our phone is going to go ding 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 every second, but simple request, just put it on mute if you don't want to hear that ding 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 ding, because why do we have these group chats? Is to keep each other, sane.
indeed,
Yeah. Uh,
indeed, it definitely helps.
yeah. All right. So our conversation today is a little interesting because we were talking backstage a little bit about how your your vision for these enclosures, yes, you want to go bioactive, but you wanted to add something interesting, which is why I wanted you on the show. Please tell us what that is.
Okay, so when people think of bioactive enclosures, all right, it's an ecosystem within a tank, right? That's essentially what it is, an ecosystem within a tank. Well, you add your plants, right? You have your substrate, you have your critters that live within the substrate, your isopods, your springtails, all that jazz, right? And then
Yep.
you have your animal living in there.
Yep.
Well, unless you have something that eats springtails. I used to keep orange throat pygmy skinks. They would eat springtails as babies, and then as they grew into juveniles and adults, they would eat isopods. So they would control the population within the enclosure. In fact, sometimes I would have to add isopods into the enclosure because they would go after them pods. Well, I have a snake that does not eat isopods in this enclosure. The only thing that's keeping the population to a manageable point in this enclosure is me going in there and taking isopods out so I can start other colonies. And I don't want to keep doing that. So I thought to myself, what could I do? And then I thought again, this is a bioactive enclosure, an ecosystem within a tank. What am I missing in this ecosystem? Well, a predator for those isopods. And then I thought to myself, well, could I get something that's not going to be potentially harmful to my snake? Because my milk snakes, they'll cruise around up in my aloe and all my
Yeah.
other decorations in that tank. They'll cruise down up underneath the substrate and be little dirt snakes. I got to be really, really cautious about what I put in there to control this isopod population. I thought to myself, a jumping spider. But why not? They're not going to go after the snake. The snake's not going to go after them.
Right.
The snake won't even notice them, right? So I kept thinking, I was like, man, I really want to find like some kind of South American jumping spider to put in there. So, lo and behold, the idea really started to take some root. I've started to do some more research. I still haven't decided on what species I want because the jumping spiders are ridiculous as far as species go. I have jumped into a new rabbit hole, and I'm not sure if my wallet can handle another rabbit hole at the moment.
Yeah. Hold
So
on. Can we talk about? All right. This is an inside joke to everyone. So if you see like weird comments, this is an inside joke. So yeah. All right. Thank you, Kyle.
I
All right.
try not to look at Kyle's comments because I know if I do, I'm gonna get sidetracked and then I'm gonna lose where I'm at, and my
Yeah.
my brain's gonna just fizzle out. Like the wheels will be turning, but the tractor's not gonna get any traction if
Right.
he throws me off course.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Yes.
Kyle,
I always laugh. Courtney, if you're watching, control him, please.
please.
All right. So the jumping spider is not just any specific jumping spider. You want a specific one.
I do. Just like I want to put like South American millipedes in
Right.
that enclosure to act as a part of the cleanup crew with my isopods. I want to make it more of a true ecosystem in there. There really does need to be something controlling those isopods right now. There's nothing doing it. So is it a true ecosystem in that enclosure? No.
Mm.
Will I ever make it to a true ecosystem within that enclosure? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, there's people out there that are doing their hardest, like Ants Canada,
Mm-hmm.
other guys out there building huge like terrariums, vivariums.
Yeah.
I can do my best. I'll
Oh,
get close, but I don't think I'll ever make it. But I think adding a little micro predator in there to deal with some isopods might get me one step closer. So that's
I
the route I'm gonna go.
yeah, I think you can. And what I've seen and what you've envisioned, that is going to be something epic. But shout out to Mikey Bustos, Mabuhay. He's actually been in, not in our friend group, but in like the community at large. He's very well known and very respected. We love him. He's funny. So if people don't know him, he started out as doing song parodies, hilarious ones, because he's Filipino. We're Filipino. We're Filipino. So he does these song parodies, and they're hilarious. But then he started getting into, the whole tanks and everything, and it just grew from there. So please go watch Ants Canada, guys, to get some inspiration on your enclosures. Yeah.
Oh, he's done wild stuff. Have you seen his most recent grassland vivarium he set up?
Yes, the huge one. It's
put
like
a goat in there.
I think like three stories high or
Yeah,
something.
it's huge. And then he's going to connect it to the other ones pretty soon. But the thing in there that interests me the most with his is how he's incorporating a termite species that feeds on the fungus, this certain mushroom, and they farm it within their colony. And he planted one of their, or transplanted one of their colonies into that vivarium. I'd really love to see like what happens with that. It sounds like he got some mushrooms, but they were the wrong species of mushroom.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was. I'm no mycologist. Carrot would know about these things. My co-host on the Hobby Hanger, he knows about mushrooms. Like that man knows a lot about mushrooms. He was a lab tech in a place that grew them, culinary mushrooms, not trippy shrooms, culinary mushrooms.
Okay.
He's a good cookie.
Yeah. See, that's another thing about wanting to have your, this giant enclosure full of micro habitat, or just like a regular bioactive setup, is that you need to know what species you're putting in there, if it's harmful, what's it going to do long term, or
Yes.
down the line. So I think you're heading in the right direction while you're doing your research and doing that. I think it's not only going to help the animals, but help you in the long run.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's going to help me learn a lot. It's going to probably make me look at nature differently as well. We'll get back to the spider though, because I'm going to start getting off track and onto mushrooms.
Oh shoot! Okay.
All kinds
I like
of
spiders.
weirdness.
Go ahead.
Wait 1 second though. I gotta have my.
Go ahead. We'll play a commercial. We're going to play this commercial, guys. Is that the video or the picture? I think that is just the picture. Hold on, guys. We'll play this one.
Epic is back, bringing you experts in snakes, geckos, frogs, and spiders, and more of your favorite content creators. This exotic pet conference is free, and it's all online. Emily from Snake Discovery will be delivering our keynote address. You won't want to miss this event. Mark your calendars for September 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern. With 17 sessions across 4 tracks, Epic is the largest, most comprehensive event of its kind. Visit epic.live to see the schedule, our guest list, and more details. See you there.
Awesome. And we'll play this one.
Beasts, Brews, and Botany is the most unique reptile show in Northern Virginia and maybe in the country. It's at Eavesdrop Brewery that has delicious alcoholic beverages and a wonderful array of food in the area as well. Courtyards to chill in. It's dog friendly. It's kid friendly. You can bring the whole entire family out. You can get all your plants, arachnids, reptiles. You could get dart frogs, vampire crabs, and take photos with reptiles as well. The first Sunday of each month at Eavesdrop Brewery is Beasts and Brews, so the reptile show. And the second Sunday of every month is Brews and Botany at Eavesdrop Brewery. Now, this event is held by my good friend Kiko, and he actually has a variety of carnivorous plants as well. He ships said carnivorous plants anywhere in the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii. So that's Venus flytraps, sundews, any carnivorous plant you could want. Go give him a follow at Flora Esoterica on Instagram and Facebook. And definitely, if you're in Northern Virginia, you need to check out Beast Brews and Botany. You will not be disappointed.
Awesome.
It looks
Yeah.
like a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
definitely go to that.
Yeah. I'll be heading out there soon. Um, yes. So I have a question about the spider that you want to put in. Um, are you only going to put one or a few of them? Because their jumping spider lifespans do not last long.
Yeah, they're not very long lived.
Okay.
I've been thinking a lot about that, and it's not like it's a small enclosure either. I mean, it's a 40-gallon front opening, enclosure, and the snakes aren't very big, so that's why they don't destroy my plants. And once they get too big, they will come out of there.
Right.
But
Sorry, I have to hook this up. My phone is
are you
dying.
okay?
It was like at 85% out of nowhere. It just started to, okay, go downhill. That was so weird. All right. Yes. Have you heard, now this is hard to come by, but have you heard of the peacock spider?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've definitely heard of them. The males do that crazy little
Yep.
dance with their thorax. Did I say that? That's not thorax. Abdomen.
Yes.
There we go.
There you
There we go. And they wiggle their little butt around. I'm gonna say like that because
Yep.
I'm terrible with scientific stuff. They wiggle their little butt around, and they have a lot of different color variations, color patterns. Yeah, that would be really cool. And if I could get definitely more information on them, they'd
Mhm.
definitely be something I consider. I don't like this is something I really, really want to put a lot of thought into. I want to put a lot of research into because I want to see if I can get multiple generations going within
Yeah.
this enclosure without having it become, you know, too crazy. I know they have lots
Yeah.
of or do they have lots of babies at a time? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they
Yes.
do. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to take that into consideration. Like, just yeah, there's a lot more I need to learn. Be
Hmm.
100% honest.
Yeah.
Um, a
But
hundred.
that's something that, I'm sorry, you could get something that could regulate the population of them, like some type of beetle or scorpion.
Scorpion, maybe. I would definitely have to look into something that again wouldn't really harm the snakes because
Oh, right.
well, once the snakes go out of there, maybe that could be something I could do. I definitely have to modify the enclosure a little bit to make sure that they don't escape or anything like that. Because if that does happen, I'm sleeping on the couch or out in the living room where they would have escaped. So,
Yeah, true. Now,
um,
you did had mention when you were a kid or a while back that you did have the Arizona blonde, the Aphanopama calcodes tarantula.
oh, I still have her. Yes, I
Oh,
have her. Yeah, her name's Precious. Yes.
oh, okay.
It's
What?
just recently I've gotten over my fear of spiders. It wasn't out all that long ago. That
Oh, okay. So I'm
yeah,
okay. What?
yeah, yeah. So it was a reptile show back in I think 2023.
Okay.
We went to a reptile show and my girlfriend she kept telling me like let's go by the spider like the people that sell all the tarantulas. Let's just go over there. Let's go to that table. So I'm like, all right. I go over there, and the first thing she does is tell them that I'm afraid of spiders. Tells them why I'm afraid of spiders, and the guy goes, "Give me a second," and he pulls out an Arizona blonde, puts it in my hand, and I'm like, oh, and then right away, like the wheels started turning.
Yep.
The tractor started getting some traction, right? And I fell in love. I fell in love.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. Do I like to handle my tarantula? No,
Right.
I still don't. You're braver than me. She's kind of she and I have this understanding. I leave her alone, but she gets a very very big enclosure with, and it's basically just a snapshot of the Arizona desert because that's my backyard.
Yeah.
Snapshot of the Arizona desert. She has all the burrowing space in the world. She has
Yeah.
cholla skeletons and
Nice.
cactuses in her enclosure and all kinds of stuff. She's a spoiled girl.
Aw.
Very spoiled girl. And I leave her alone. She gets her dubias and her crickets and
Yeah.
she's
That's
happy.
awesome. Now that has me wondering. I wonder if there's like a species of snake or because have you ever heard of this or seen this that there's a tarantula out there that cohabits with this type of toad or this type of frog.
Yes.
I'm wondering if there could be some type of snake species that could cohabit with tarantulas.
I would not be at all surprised if tarantulas were to live in, burrows or dens with rattlesnakes.
Hmm.
I would not be at all surprised. Sometimes we have tortoises out here as well, Sonoran desert tortoises. There are times where people find, snakes cohabiting within the burrow with the tortoise.
Yeah.
It's actually really common. Rattlesnakes will do it. They'll live in tortoise burrows.
Good.
So I would not be at all surprised if that was the case, and I just have to look into it. Dig in there.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, because that would be an epic enclosure.
Oh, it really would. It
Wow.
really would. I think it would really just boil down to the correct species, like you mentioned with the toad and the spider. That's a
Mhm.
symbiotic relationship. The reason the spider lets the little frog or toad live within the burrow is
Yeah.
because that frog will eat, ants and other things the spider doesn't want in there. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, but like one of the main enemies of tarantulas in the wild are ants. That's that's why I've been told why my Arizona blonde spins a web on the floor around her burrow. It's not just to alarm her preys around.
Hmm.
It's to keep the ants out
Yep.
because ants will eat them.
Yeah.
You know, and
And, mhm. Ants, the tarantula hawk wasp.
oh yeah, we have those out here too. Those things are nuts.
Have you
They're
seen them?
big. I've seen them in the wild. Yeah, I see them all the time. I
But
see
have
them
you
all
seen
the
them
time.
attack?
Yeah, tarantulas? Yeah, I have.
No.
They're really common. They're really common out here. Tarantula hawks are insanely common. And if tarantula hawks are insanely common, given think about it like this, they have to use tarantulas to reproduce, right?
Yeah.
Well, if tarantula hawks are extremely common out here, what else is common out here?
True.
We got tarantulas everywhere. You just have to know where to look for them.
Yeah.
They're in the right spot. They're everywhere out here. You just got to
Yeah.
know where to look.
Yeah. You guys probably have a Phonopelma and Tillicatl species out there. Mostly a
We have some we even have camel spiders out here.
so
Not
look
true
at you.
spiders.
Wow.
Dude, those things are nuts. They're so I don't if listeners, if you've never heard of a camel spider,
Yeah.
write that down and then Google it later. They're not it looks like they come straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Yep.
We got those things here too.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not been too long I've been in the tarantula hobby. I'm still relatively new to not being terrified of spiders.
Well,
So I
those
still got a lot to learn, and every time I flip a log out here and I see something different, I'm like, oh, here goes another rabbit hole that I need to learn about this thing now.
yeah. The funny thing is that those camel spiders actually come from this place right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. There's all kinds of different species. There's
Yeah.
there's a species in Vietnam that are red, I think.
Yeah, it's very furry.
Yeah, they're wild looking. Whew,
The
see, I
thing
can't.
is, they're completely harmless. No
Yeah,
venom,
completely harmless.
no nothing.
Specializing in scorpions, from what I was told.
Hmm.
And when there's stories of soldiers being chased by them in the Middle
Yeah.
East.
Yeah.
They're not chasing you; they just want to be in your shadow.
Yep.
And yeah, that's the wild things. I mean, granted, they get much bigger over there.
Yeah.
Much bigger over there. Like with the ones we have here in Arizona, don't compare. They're teeny tiny compared to the ones that you can find in other places. They're
Yeah.
wild spiders.
That's true.
So as far as jumping spiders, though, because see, look at us getting off on a tangent. Jumping spiders. One of the reasons I was really excited to talk to you this evening was because I feel like you could give me a little bit of input as to what species I could put in there, or at least some of the things I need to consider.
Yep. Yeah.
I was hoping some of the people in the comments would help me out with that too, because
Yes.
there's a lot I'm gonna have to do. A lot.
Okay, so we can start with species. So I know very little about jumping spider species, but the majority, it's an arachnid, it's a spider. I know that the Phidippus adox, jumping spider, that genus and species, they're great hunters. So if you want something that's a great hunter, that's the one to go with. Um, and then it is kind of more bigger. So that's the black and white jumping spider. They look like this a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's the Phidippus adox. And then age wise, I think they're the same. Rocco, calm down. My chameleon. um, and then for females, they most jumping spiders lay around 109 or 105 babies within each sac. So if you want to
That's
deal
a
with
lot of babies.
babies,
That's a lot of babies. All right. So
but the good thing is that they stay in the sac for a really long time before coming out.
my
So
my
you have
question would be there is can I remove the sac
yes,
or and okay, so if I remove the sac, there's no parental care involved with this species because I know certain species of spiders do care for the egg sac. Some of them will even hold on to it.
yes, yeah,
But they don't. See, that's another thing I need to figure out.
yeah. So here, eight-legged hugs. Dom has good knowledge on jumping spiders. I say so. He may disagree or whatever, but I believe he has great knowledge in arachnids. So please go follow him. Go check him out, everybody. Um, so yeah, going back to what type of predator you could have in your tank that could balance out, the jumping spider and then not having too many babies. It's really hard to tell because you wanna protect your snake.
Yeah, I thought about a mantis species as well, like one of those ornamental ones.
Yeah.
Um, I thought about that. The snakes would be too big for the mantis to try to really prey on. I don't think the snakes would go after the mantis either. There's more than enough isopods in there to keep even an adult praying mantis, and I don't want to get like a big species either. I was thinking like an orchid
That could
or
work.
like a smaller species of mantis. But I would have to time it correctly. I would have to put it in there if there happened to be an egg sac I didn't
Yeah,
find. That's when I would put the mantis in there to
true.
start to take care of all the babies. And then once it's kind of done its thing in there, I'd probably end up pulling it back out, just so it doesn't decimate
Right.
everything else in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of like how Ants Canada does his thing. He'll
Yeah.
he'll introduce a species, let it do its thing for a while, and if it starts to decimate, a certain part of the food chain. For example, he started to take out his chubby frogs in one of the enclosures because they started eating a lot of the roaches and
Mm.
insects, and that he took out even more stuff that were eating the roaches and insects. I think he took out his it was a certain species of tropical squirrel. I think he had in there.
Oh wow.
He took out his quail that he had living in there because they were also eating a lot of the bug life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how I might have to do it. Just have a little experiment going like that where I introduce something, pull something out. I mean, at some point, even those snakes are going to get taken out of there. So then 40-gallon front opening enclosure is the limit, I guess. I'd say sky's the limit, but no. The
Right. Right.
screen top of the enclosure is the limit.
Yeah.
Really.
Right. So you know how king snakes are known to eat other snakes, right?
Yes.
So if you want to have a controlled population for all that, you can get a huntsman spider or a wolf spider. No, not a wolf spider. A water spider. That
Water spider.
yes. So get yeah, you can do that because they're known to eat their egg sacs like immediately. If there's like a change in environment, they're known to
Oh.
yeah.
Oh wow, really?
Yes.
So
Hi
like
Sammy.
they'll eat like they'll cannibalize their own egg sac, just
Yep.
kind of how like sometimes rodents, if like the nest is disturbed or something happens, the female
Yep.
will eat the baby. That
Yep.
the same concept. Okay, wow,
Concept.
wow, that's wild.
Yeah. So you could go ahead and have your jumping spider and let nature take its course.
Then I feel like I'm gonna get attached to the jumping spider though, because it happens. That's how it happens. They're so smart. All the research I've been doing into them, they're really intelligent and they can actually be really interactive.
Yes.
I'm gonna get attached to it. that's
Yeah.
that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Did you know that jumping spiders have the same brain capacity as a dog?
No, I now that I think about it, it doesn't surprise me because they're navigating like a three-dimensional space.
Yes.
See, like you and I as human beings, we worry about forwards, backwards, left, right. Unless you're a pilot, you don't really have to go up or down. Down is the ground for us human beings.
Right.
Jumping spiders, like even if they're in some tall grass, for them, that could be the canopy of the jungle for all they know. Because jumping from blade of grass to blade of grass, if they were to scale that up, that's like us jumping from skyscraper to skyscraper. That's
Right.
freaking impressive. And for them to be able to navigate that space as accurately as they do,
Yeah.
there would have to be some kind of intelligence there.
Exactly. I mean, they're smarter than Sammy. A jumping spider got a better brain than I got. I got a small brain. Sammy. He's hilarious. Yeah, so I believe you are going to do great with this enclosure. You have the vision for it, you have the skill, and you have the will and the capacity to do it. So I think you're going to do great.
I think what's really going to get me through this is the community. Like, the one that Kyle's put together that he's brought me into, that's what's going to get me through this. Be 100% honest. It's going to be people like you, coaching me through all my questions because I have so many. I think it's going to be the community that gets me through this one, not my brain. 100% honest. Like a lot of my success in the hobby has come from the community. It hasn't been me like sitting there going super science brain. I'm going to think this through and figure. No, I have lots of questions. I'm not that smart. It's the community that gets me through this, and I wouldn't be where I'm at today without a lot of you. So
yeah,
like Jason, if you're watching, buddy, dude, that's the Podfather right there.
Yeah, right.
He's one of the reasons the Hobby Hanger had started. He's one of the people that gave me my podcast debuts. Him and Matt from Not Another Reptile podcast.
Yeah.
Those were the first two podcasts I was on. It was Jason's show and Matt's show, and Jason's been we've been buddies ever since, man. We've been buddies ever since. So shout out to you, Jason. Shout out to you, Matt. You guys are good dudes, and I wouldn't be where I'm at today without you boys. I love y'all.
Exactly. Yeah, Jason told me just before the show, yo, that's my boy. Take care of him. That's my boy.
Yep, that's my boy right there. We've been in some shows together in the future, so stay tuned. We've been in some shows together.
Awesome.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. So I have a question. If you get more into the arachnids, specifically jumping spiders, do you see yourself having a lot of interaction with them, as in breeding them, raising them, having them as a pet more so than snakes? Or
maybe I mean, honestly, I think what is really going to tell me if it's for me or not is this little experiment that I'd like to do with my enclosure. If I really do enjoy it, yeah, I'd love to dive down it. But to be honest, I think what's really going to get me roped back in, like really hardcore to arachnids, is the Theraphosa. I had one for a little bit. I had a Theraphosa burgundy. Nice. It was named Hagrid. And something ironically, because I was afraid of spiders for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And then one of the first tarantulas I get, after that Arizona blonde is a Goliath bird eater.
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain worked that way, but it did. I loved that spider. I'm sad I had to give it up. I'm really sad I had to give it up. But I loved that spider, and I would love to get into Theraphosa, and if I was to do breeding, it would probably be with them. Be 100% honest with you.
Awesome. Well, you got a partner right here.
You like Goliath bird eaters, and it's a lot of fun to see you with like your really big tarantulas, because they just make you look even smaller.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, that's very true.
No, they're amazing animals.
Yeah.
Amazing. No, mine knocked my tongs out of my hand one time while I was feeding it. Well, the tongue feed. Yeah, she knocked the tongs right out of my hand. Wasn't even full grown yet. She's maybe about like that big around, fully spread out. She still had a lot of room left to grow.
Yeah.
Knocked the tongs right out of my hand. I'm just like, I was holding them pretty weak, but dude,
okay,
that scared me. Like that freaked me out. It really made me like just sit and think for a second.
Yep.
Just real hard about my choices in life. It really did. And then I just thought, my second thought was, after all of the life choice thinking, was, those are your tongs now.
Yep.
I'm not going back for those. I did go back for them eventually, but
yeah,
they were hers for a little bit while I was rethinking my life choices a second time.
I know they do give out that message like, I'm big, I'm bad, it's intimidating.
Oh, they demand respect.
Yes, they demand respect, but they're such sweethearts. I mean, okay, I know I show this on like all the time, but
such sweethearts. You're killing me. You're killing me.
What? Okay.
You're gonna pull out a giant spider. Yep, you are. There she is.
That's Homer. He's my sweet boy.
See, the thing about Theraphosa, like, even the males are massive.
Yeah, they are.
Even the males are huge. Like.
And then Helena. Oh, hold on. Let me put down Pugsley. Pugsley, I need my phone.
Cute.
Sorry,
thing.
my stay. Pugsley. All right, Pugsley. All right. There we go. We're gonna put him back. Go explore. Go to Jurassic Park. Go. He's so cute. All right. Now Helena is down here. She was out earlier. No, she's in her house. So that's another thing about having these big tarantulas, is that even though they're huge, you don't need a giant enclosure. They'll be fine in a tub or something that's going to accommodate their environment, basically.
Yep. I had mine in a 20-gallon aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
And like, people were even telling me, like, that's too big. I'm like, well, I feel like she's happy, That was back when I didn't know that much either. I still had a lot to learn even when I had that spider. Still a lot I have to learn now.
That's right, Kyle.
Never stop learning.
Can you see it, Kyle? All right, there you go.
I'm gonna have to get me one of those, Cal. Those are nice shirts. I love
you don't have
pythons.
one?
Oh, no, I'm still a newbie, relatively speaking. I need to get one. I feel like I'm out of the loop.
The funny thing is, Kyle's first tarantula, right? He still has it. Was when he first got it. Yeah, there we go. Was the Goliath bird eater. So, it's hilarious how people can jump into something that they're not prepared for and look at them like down the line. They love it, or they do great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, that was that. If I'm gonna be 100% honest, that was what happened with me and Bubba. Like, I've talked about Bubba on a couple of other podcasts, and I talk about him all the time on mine. And when I tell people I got into the reptile hobby because I needed something to cling on to, and I did keep other reptiles previously, but he was my first monitor, and I jumped into that. I jumped straight into that without a whole lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
He was really an impulse buy. A lot of us out there know that Savannah monitors are pretty cheap. Like, I've seen them sold for as little as $35 a piece.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's nuts. Yeah, it is nuts. But I fell in love with that animal. I fell in love with the species. I fell in love with the genus. I love all monitors.
Yeah.
And I dove so far into that rabbit hole that it saved my life, quite literally. I mean, I owe a lot to the reptile community, the reptile hobby, that lizard in particular, because when I say it saved my life, it did.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It did.
Before we get into the game, I want to tell a story about a jumping spider. So there's this follower. He messaged me one day, and he asked me a lot about jumping spiders, and I told him the truth. I don't really know too much, but I have, basic knowledge. And so we're talking about his animals, and he has tarantulas as well. And he didn't know anything about them. He just saw that they were cool and just put them in whatever he could find them. I was
Shoe
hard.
boxes and
Yes, basically.
yeah.
I was horrified. I did everything I could to educate him. Of course, he's doing great. Now back to the jumping spider. He got a jumping spider from a pet chain store. He thought it was going to be nice, regular little thing. A month later, it had an egg sac.
Oh
And he's
wow.
like, from all the stuff that you taught me and everything, captive breeding and stuff like that, why is my spider laying an egg sac? Well, it had 109 babies.
Was it a wild caught, like a wild collected specimen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm like, this is why I don't like jumping spiders at pet chain stores, because they're not bred, they're not captive bred, they're wild caught. And then the way that they're keeping these spiders in the stores are horrible.
Little jars.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah. So if you want a jumping spider, I suggest you get it wild caught. That's the only animal I approve of getting wild caught. Everything else, captive bred, please. That was my vent. I vented. So
I do love all critters.
yes, he does. All right. We have a question. Is jumping spider a true spider? I've heard true spiders. Yes. So the difference between regular spider and true spiders are, so they're fangs. Tarantulas and other spiders have fangs that go up and down, and then you have ones that go like this, like they're curved, like they curve in. And then there's difference between mating rituals, and breeding, and how they hunt. Some hunt, and some, what's that word? Ambush. There's ambush hunters, and hunters. All right. Anything else before we start a game?
I got one little like wild spider I want to throw at all the viewers and you real quick. Have you ever heard of a pelican spider?
Yes.
You've heard of them?
I've seen it, yeah.
Those are the wildest things I've ever seen. They're spider hunting specialists. And once you get like that piece of knowledge and you start looking at that weaponry on the end of their face, or like, basically on the end of their face, it makes sense. It's not. So the reason for that is so they can reach out, get the other spider, and not be at risk of being bitten themselves, because they don't have an immunity to the other spider's venom.
Yeah.
They just have the reach, so they don't. Yeah, Kyle, you just Googled it. Isn't it wild, bud? Told you. Worth a Google, wasn't it? Everybody else should Google it.
Yeah.
They're nuts. They are nuts. They're not even that. They're teeny, tiny, and I'm pretty sure they're just recently described. I don't think they've been
that's true.
known to science for very long. They're wild looking.
Yeah.
Wild.
Oh, my phone. I was gonna show you on my phone, but okay. So a friend of mine sent me this message today. Oh, voila. Okay. There's this new show with Will Smith where he goes like around the world to discover different animals and stuff like that. So he goes to this cave in Brazil, I think, or in Amazon, and they find a new species of bird eater. I'm like, what? You guys got
cave dwelling bird eater? Or does it is it around the mouth of the cave, or is it a true like
deep in the cave? Yeah.
So it's cave dwelling bird eater.
Yes. Yes.
Did you hear about the huntsman they found in a cave? I'm not sure if it was South America or Vietnam, but there's another species of huntsman that took like the biggest leg span title, I think.
Oh wow.
It's a cave dweller too, just recently discovered. Nuts. No, spiders are insane. Like the rabbit holes you can go into on so many different kinds. Huntsmen's alone, they're world ranging, like world range. I think the only continent they're not on is Antarctica.
Imagine.
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't doubt that there's one like sitting in one of those like scientific bases in some dude's rucksack somewhere. I would not be surprised. But that it's nuts, like how widespread they are. They're in Australia, South America. We have them here in Arizona. There's a couple of huntsman species here. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. There's so many sizes. Some of them are communal. That's terrifying. What? Like, imagine walking around out in the Australian bush. Not to mention, you have to watch out for crocodiles. There's, giant murdered deer that look like they just got out of prison. I'm talking about kangaroos, by the way. That's what I call them.
That's a giant little wannabe.
Those things are yoked. They're yoked. See, I was recently corrected. I once thought, Ryan, our friend Ryan in the chat, he once asked me on my podcast, what animal you think you could take in a fight? And I was like, I think I could take a kangaroo. I was corrected. I was corrected by somebody that works with kangaroos. I was informed with the correct knowledge. Those things will eviscerate you. Maybe a gray kangaroo, but a red kangaroo? No. There's no way you're going to... No, Mama ain't gonna knock out that big red kangaroo. No, there is no float like a butterfly or sting like a bee that's gonna save you from that big red roo. No, he's gonna knock your block off and then cut your gut open with those toenails. Those things are terrifying. Don't. Our Australian friends in the chat would know.
I know, Brooke. Yeah. Real quick, now that we're talking about Australia, real quick. Okay, so the reason why I got into spiders and tarantulas and everything like that is because when I was 5 years old, I saw the movie Aliens, 1979, Ridley Scott's Aliens. And they had, years later, I found out that the whole story behind the alien was because of the tarantula hawk and because of the green belly huntsman spider, the Typhlostola barbosa. So that spider, their blood, I know I'm talking really, really fast. It's just I'm trying to get through this and before we get to the game. Okay, so their blood is very acidic to other animals, but they have the green blood and they're the only the only spider that has green blood. Well, not the only spider, but anyways. Okay, I love that spider. So if you really want a huntsman, you can't get it because you can't do importing, but look up the green belly huntsman. Okay, I'm done.
All right. That was impressive. I wouldn't have been able to do that. It was almost like listening to Eminem rap. That was impressive. Should put a beat on that.
Yeah, if somebody could like replay this later and then do like the whole thing.
Put a nice beat behind that.
Yeah.
Spitting bars.
Oots.
Getting after it.
All right, Tristan, you want to play a game?
Let's get after it.
All right, so it is not the spin the wheel game, but I didn't have time to do it. So it's just this or that. I'll ask you a certain topic or whatever, and then you pick this or that. Got it?
Gotcha.
All right. Okay, this or that. Heavy rain terrain or desert road?
Desert all day long.
No brainer. All right. Climbing a tree or climbing a mountain?
No, climbing mountains. Yep, climb a mountain.
Mount Everest. All right. Playing video games to win $1,000 or get bit by 50 crested geckos to get $1,000.
Do I have to win the video game to get the $1,000?
No.
I'm gonna win the video game. Wait, I'm gonna do the video game.
You're gonna do the video game? Okay.
I'm gonna do the video game.
Oh my god, could you imagine? They hurt. Those crested geckos, they hurt when they bite. Shoot. All right. A house full of reptiles or a house full of aquatics?
Reptiles.
Heck yeah.
I already have both.
I mean,
I have both. I have fish tanks. I have everything.
Yeah. Okay. Survive in the desert or survive in the cold?
Desert.
Heck yeah.
100% desert.
For real. All right. Only ice cream or only slushies?
Ice cream.
I pick slushies. All right. Posters of clowns or posters of zombies?
Zombies.
Okay. Top opening car door like the Valorian, or side opening door?
Top. That's sexy. You got a top opening door.
Right? That's crazy.
That's what I'm doing.
All right. A raven as a messenger or a parrot as a messenger?
Pirate.
A parrot?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep. I got pirate flags all over my house. That's the only reason I thought about it. Like
Oh,
historically accurate pirate flags. Yep. I'm that kind of
okay.
nerd.
All right. Oh, okay. So, okay. Swim in a pool of sharks or in a pool of piranhas?
Piranhas.
Yeah,
100%.
I would
Yep.
pick piranhas too.
I would
Yeah.
rather swim with piranhas. You didn't specify if they were red bellies, and they're the only ones I'm worried about. So we're good.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Still. Okay. Take a cruise or fly to a country you've never been?
I'm gonna fly. I want to go fly to a country I've never been.
Here, go there.
Egypt. I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
I want to see all the crazy stuff that's underneath the pyramid.
Yeah, you should. Wahala. Okay. Take oh, sorry, no. Oh, okay. Concert. Go to a concert to listen to something you don't like, or go to a play to watch something you don't like.
Oh, concert. Concert. At least I can get a beer at the concert.
Oh, true. All right. Okay. If you could be in a middle, hold on. If you could be in a movie, which movie?
If I get Fury.
What?
Fury? You ever seen the movie Fury?
Mm-mm.
It's a Brad Pitt movie. It's about a World War II tank crew.
Oh, okay.
I'm a history nerd too, and like all those World War II movies. So I love that stuff. I'm weird like that.
Yeah.
But it's basically a story of a tank crew going through Europe, and they get a new guy on the tank crew to replace somebody that was KIA, and you just follow them through, their mission, and they get. I'm not going to give it all away. You just got to see it. It's a great movie. Pretty historically accurate compared to a lot of movies out there too. It's pretty well done.
Okay.
Pretty well done.
Hi, Bosa. Sorry, I had to say hi to Bosa. Bosa, we love you. All right. All right. Next. Have a full set bucket list or have a limit on your bucket list?
All right, one more time. I got to think about this one.
All right. Have a full set bucket list or have a limit to your bucket list?
I suppose you got to have a limit, because if you don't have a limit, then you're going to be out there doing wild stuff all the time and you'll never get anything done. Like goal. Well, I don't know. That's a deep one.
It is.
Limit, I suppose. No. I have too many arguments for that one. I'm in the middle. Sorry.
All right. Good choice. Okay. Describe yourself in 3 words.
I can't, because you said the show is PG.
All right. Moving on. You can tell me later. All right. Okay. How about this one? Describe the hobby in 3 words.
Describe the hobby in 3 words. It's beautiful. That's what it is. Honestly, nature is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kyle. You said it for me.
There you go.
Thank you. Kyle said it. I didn't. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, it's beautiful. It doesn't matter if you're into the reptile hobby, like, or arachnids, or if it has to do with nature, even plant, it's beautiful. And you can bring that beauty into your home.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
If it can help you like it's helped me, that's beautiful too. Like it's helped so many of us. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it in 3 words.
I agree. Thank you. Okay. If you could change anything about the hobby, what would it be?
I'm gonna have to pick from my laundry list. Karens. If I could get rid of them. If I could get rid of the people that jump on new keepers whenever they get into a Facebook group or some new hobby related group, and they go and they ask a question and those people jump on them like a pack of rabid dogs. Just, you should have did your research, you should have did this, you're gonna kill your animal. Bro.
Yeah.
Why are you screaming at this lady who just bought her 8-year-old a leopard gecko and she's trying to make sure she doesn't kill it so her kid's happy and not traumatized? Dude, what are you doing? Yeah. That's not going to grow our hobby. It's going to make people shy away from it. It's going to make people that think of those of us that are really in the hobby suck. And that's not who we are. I've met some of the most amazing, caring, loving people within this hobby.
Yeah.
And those people that, just jump on poor, like people just trying to get some information, just trying to help their animal be happy and healthy. They jump down their throats like they just
stepped on a mine.
Stepped on a mine or swore in church. Whoa, bro, that's wild. If I could get rid of that would be awesome. But unfortunately, doesn't matter what hobby you're in or just about any aspect of life, work, family, sometimes there's always going to be people out there that kind of just tick you off. And, it's a bummer. It's part of life. You got to learn to deal with it.
That's very true. Like Kyle said, that's very true. The new ones have terrible experience as a result.
Yeah, exactly. For a good example of that, when I first got into Savannah monitors, I joined a monitor group on Facebook, and the first thing that was said to me on a post, excuse me again, jeez, the Sprite's catching up to me. Excuse me. One of the first things that was said to me was, why did you buy a Savannah monitor? They're always wild caught. That animal's never going to like you, and it's going to die in a year. Whoa. All I asked was some
basic.
It wasn't even basic stuff. I was asking some of the more advanced husbandry questions, like natural history type questions. And they just read the first line, "Hi, I just got a Savannah monitor." They didn't even read the rest of it. It was, "Hi, I just got a Savannah." Why'd you get a Savannah monitor? They're always wild caught. They're always just bashing me for having a Savannah monitor. And I'm like, whoa.
Insane.
Whoa.
They jump into conclusions. Yeah, I don't like those groups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, they obviously haven't, because he's 4 years old now, fully grown and healthy. He doesn't look like a football either. He's happy, healthy, has the correct diet. He has all his fingers. He has all of his toes. And the tip of his tail is still there. He's a healthy animal,
Awesome. Well, Tristan, how was your experience on Web Wonders?
Relaxed. I was talking to a good buddy. I loved it. It was a good time, Kat. I really appreciate you having me on.
Got it,
I appreciate it a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in as well. I hate saying that, but yeah, everyone for joining. Thank you so much. Real quick announcements. January 29th, for the RWO, we are doing something very special for BOSA. If you could please check out all our posts. Everyone has posted it already. So if you do not know, we are hosting something very comforting for BOSA, and it's going to happen on the RWO January 29th. So please, if you could get in contact with the heads of RWO and, within the chat, or if you are new to this channel, on my page, on my Instagram, please go check that out. And we are here for BOSA.
And one of the perks about being in this amazing community.
Yes.
We take care of each other.
Yes.
We take care of each other.
Awesome. That's exactly it. All right, so if you are new as well, please go head over to the Big Homies Corner right now. And after that, go check out more Forge tonight. We are going to hop over there as well. There's going to be more stuff and over there. So please go check that out. And we will call it a night. Yeah, thank you, Tristan.
Thank you.
Bye.
Positivity's the choice. What wonders where we all collide. Share truths we never hide. Making you feel right inside. Where wonders come take a ride. Life's not tension, life's despair. Knowledge flying through the air. Guests arrive, we pull up the chair. Bring your dreams, bring your flair. This is your moment to share. Where wonders where we all collide. Share truths we never hide. Making you feel right inside. Where wonders come take a ride.
Lights come on, pulse in the air, we unite. Cold-blooded cafe, feet in the night. Cold-blooded caffeine, fueling the fight. Reptile crew got our backs tight. Thank you fam for keeping us all. CMB reptiles rolling with soul. Hold no soul, lifting our goal. Together we burn like burning coal. Elevate, most rise in the show. Irresistible pythons letting it flow. Battery crew, yeah, but watch them go. Indigo, reptile coast, set the glow. Shadow feeders with shadow feeders. Under the rock with cold-blooded hitters. Ship your reptiles, make life better. South Bay reptiles through every weather. Blue tongue, shaman, blue tongue republic. Architecture's riding republic. No fakes, no breaks, we're here to publish. Taking it higher, dreams embellished. Sponsors love through beats we rise. Show it thanks, man.